Hey guys, we are back with some more Wolfsburg Wolves franchise mode. That is right, we're going past year number 10. As the people have spoken, the people of Germany want to see more NHL hockey throughout the summer. Now, I was thinking about just ending the series after year number 10, but I don't like starting new EAGM modes after the NHL draft, which is very soon. It's about 10 days as of this recording. So I figured, why not? We'll just continue on with this GM mode. We'll upload it once weekly. The Oilers GM mode is now the main GM mode on the channel, being uploaded twice weekly, Monday and Friday. And this will be uploaded on Tuesdays. But now that we're going past year number 10, all the data that is currently in the game is the data that will be used for the Hall of Fame, stats, records, like stuff like that. So any more points that guys like Homer or Aho or Mayer or really anybody else get, or any more wins that Kalle Rodin or Thatcher Demko gets, will not be added to the record books, as I have to keep it fair for all the GM modes of the past that were only 10 years long. So we're going to stay at the 10-year limit as far as records and Hall of Fame stuff goes. But that doesn't keep us from having fun for another few years with this GM mode at the very least. Maybe we'll even take it up to all 25 years, who knows. Get all 25 seasons done before the start of NHL 20. Probably not, but hey, if we do a season per video, that's about 15 videos, not including playoffs, of course. We might be able to do it. I don't know. I don't want to promise anything, but I'm just saying we can take this as long as we want because we're just doing it for fun now at this point. So we're going to get to the draft, and we got a big offseason ahead of us because, once again, we have the contract of Kalle Rodin coming up for, what is it, a third year in a row now? Because we keep offering him one-year deals, and I think he is ready, officially, to take over as the number one goaltender. We saw that he was capable of posting that .933 save percentage in not only the postseason, but now in the regular season as well. Thatcher Demko's getting older, and with how much money I think he's going to want, I think he's going to want at least $10 million. We can't pay goaltenders that much money, because this is going to be the big boy contract for Kalle Rodin. This has to be his 8-year deal. He's 24 years of age now, and, this is just kind of it. We can't keep going forward with both Rodin and Demko, so I think it's time for Mr. Kalle Rodin to take the reins completely. So as we go into retirements, no one retired from our team. That is good. We'll just make sure Thatcher Demko didn't retire. All right, very nice. Taylor Hall retired, I saw there before. So get into the draft now, and we are going to be trading Thatcher Demko at the draft. No excuses. I do have a trade lined up for it. Demko did a lot of good stuff for us. He joined us in the 2023-24 season, which I believe was year number 5. As we go to goaltenders, Demko, he joined us this season right here, so I believe that was year number 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, that might have been year number 6. But still, he joined us this year right here. .931 save percentage in 55 games, and then he just took over for the next couple of years after that, and then he started splitting time with Rodin. But in the playoffs, he's just been nothing but solid. And I wish we could keep both these guys, but it's just, we're going to be paying them way too much. Because 9.6 for Demko, and then let's see what Rodin wants. So he wants 2 years, but we're going to be giving him 8 years for sure. So if we extend that to 8 years, forget it. $15.3 million for Kalle Rodin. He's on his way out. He is for sure on his way out at the draft. There's absolutely no way we can hold on to him if we're signing Rodin to that monster contract. And you know what? Even though he's only an 87, he deserves it. He really does. .933 save percentage last year in the regular season, .905 the year before that, .928 in his 17-game rookie campaign. And then in the playoffs, once again, he's been nothing but solid. This year, he had an injury at the end of the regular season, which meant Demko started the playoffs, so that's why he only has 3 games played in the playoffs, but still, we have to move forward with Rodin. He's 8 years younger than Thatcher Demko is, and he is part of the future of this team. Demko, not so much. But what I really noticed about this team is that we are really top-heavy up forward. Now, obviously, we have a lot of depth when it comes to, on paper. Niederberger, Point, Guryanov, Zanetti, Goddard, they're all solid players. But our top four guys, these guys, Aho, Homer, Mayer, and Weiss. These four are absolute workhorses. Jorg Aho at 1842 of ice time last year in the regular season. Maddox Homer had 2004. Top Mayer 2008. And Cam Weiss 1728. But when you take a look at their playoff numbers, yeah, these guys, they played just so much. Jorg Aho, 21:35 of ice time in 10 games played. Maddox Homer, let's see him. Probably around the same, 20:50 of ice time as well. Todd Mayer had, probably around 21:21 of ice time per game in the playoffs. And then Cam Weiss had 17:14. So you see what I mean. It's just these four guys who are really doing everything, basically. I mean, the power play, penalty kill, 5-on-5, scoring, defense, takeaways, hits, you name it. These four can do it. And where does that leave the rest of our lineup? In terms of, how much the rest of our forwards are going to produce? Not much. Because these four are doing probably 70% of the work. So I think we really need to find some more depth players for the penalty kill specifically, because that's where these four really get a lot of their ice time from. If we took all these four off the penalty kill, which I don't think we will, obviously, we might leave two of them on there. But when all four of them are on there, it becomes way too top heavy. So I want to try to find a penalty killer for the bottom six that's capable of replacing Weiss or Aho or Mayer or Homer on the penalty kill when needed. And as far as the power play goes, I think we're fine for that. We have a lot of offensive players at forward. And defensively, Jones doesn't want to re-sign. Can I extend him? I don't want to give him 5 years. I'll give him 2 years. If I could take him to 2 years at 7.8. Here's the thing, is that Seth Jones is already making 8.2, so if we give Jones 7.8, he'll be making less, even by us overpaying him. I have a feeling he'll want more out of free agency than what he's asking for right now. So we're just giving him this extension now because we already know we want him back on the team. Staples and Kondratek, their RFAs, 1.8 is their current salary. How much do they want? Oh my goodness, Carl Staples. 5.7 for 5 years. Yikes. Kondratek, let's see him. 3.4, that's a bit better, but wow. Carl Staples, 5.7 for 5 years. That's a little much. That is a little much. Let's see Braden Point. He's making 6.4 currently, and no, I'm not going to sign him for 5 years. I'll sign him for, let's try 2 years. Yeah, we could go 2 years at 2.3. That would help a lot. That would really be a big help. I'll give him, I'll go 2.75 for that for 2 years. Absolutely, for Braden Point. We need him as a playmaker, because the thing about this team, we have a lot of snipers. We don't have a whole lot of playmakers. Now, Niederberger is a natural playmaker according to his player type, but he doesn't simulate like that. Braden Point is a natural playmaker. Niederberger is more of a sniper. And there's not too many other guys like Braden Point on this team. I mean, obviously you have Garrett Goddard, who literally never shoots the puck. I mean, this guy had 26 shots last year in 82 games. And there's also Todd Mayer, who does pass the puck quite a bit. 148 shots last year, 128 the year before. Clearly more of a passer. And Guryanov does not want to re-sign. I think we're going to let him go. Now, the reason being for that is because when you take a look at our lines, well, I mean, we can't look at our lines now, but I guess if we go back into the player contracts here. So our first line, Aho, Homer, and Mayer. Second line, Weiss, Point, Niederberger. Third line would be Zanetti, Goddard, blank. And then fourth line, Miller, Stahlberg, and blank. I don't think I'm going to re-sign Trocheck. He wasn't great this year. He didn't really do what he got paid to do in years past, and even years past he wasn't great. 50 and 62, then 28 to 34 giveaways to takeaways, and he only had 27 hits as well, so he wasn't even being physical. He didn't win too many face-offs either, so we're going to be releasing Trocheck. And I have a feeling a good third-line center will be Matthias Albrecht. Now, he did struggle on the fourth line a little bit. He's not that physical. He did have a pretty solid ratio, 9 to 6 takeaways to giveaways, 6 hits, so he's not physical. But I feel like he could be a good third-line center, and the reason for that is because of his 90 offensive awareness and great puck skills category. So essentially, yet another playmaker. I did actually forget about him when talking about all the playmakers that we have on our team. Albrecht is one of them. So we actually do have enough playmakers. I guess we just need some two-way forwards who aren't really going to shoot the puck. You know, just guys who could play solid defensively. And preferably the penalty kill as well. Once again, to make sure that we're not too top-heavy. I think if we put Albrecht in the third line with Goddard and Zanetti, then you have Miller, Stahlberg, you insert a fourth line center, who is better than Trocheck, and then, yeah, I think you're set to go after that. So really at this point, we just need to go through the draft, and we also are waiting on Point and Jones to sign. Now, there is a lot of depth to this draft. As you take a look at potential, you have some medium elites there. Conacher, Davidson, Waters, and all these guys are going in the third round or later. So they are definitely guys who we can pick up. Want to keep my eye on them. And do we have any... I mean, we obviously have some low elites. There's always low elites. Are there any medium top 6 forwards? Yeah, there's some going in the late first round. There is one in the mid-second round, Brendan Kessel. Afanasenkov as well. So there's a lot of depth to this draft. So let's get right to it. And not wasting any time here. But first thing, before we make any picks, we absolutely have to trade Thatcher Demko, as there's just going to be a lot of cap issues if we don't. And once again, I'd rather just get out of the way now, as opposed to having to contemplate if I want to hold on to both of them for one more year. I don't. Because this guy, Thatcher Demko deserves to play. He doesn't deserve to be a 1B to Kalle Rodin. And Rodin also deserves to play, for that matter. So, we're going to stick with the young guy in Kalle Rodin. He's 24, and Demko, 32 years of age, getting sent elsewhere in a trade. And we are going to be sending him to the New Jersey Devils, who are a contender. However, they don't have a stud goaltender. I mean, they have Jonas Korpisalo, but this isn't NHL 18 or NHL 17 when he, could turn into a 90-plus overall. He's currently an 83 overall, 34 years of age. So when you take a look at their defensive core, they're actually pretty good. They have Quinn Hughes, they have Ty Smith, they have Will Butcher, Dougie Hamilton. They have a pretty solid defensive core. And then forward-wise, they have Nico Hischier, Dalton, Farrell, Taylor Hall just retired, Barbashev, Zharkov, Wilson, Yandel, Jost Boquist, Rochette, Tiran, and we are going to be getting back the other way, Tyson Jost. Fourth line center, check. He had 18 goals last year, 15 assists for 33 points, 188 shots, so he's in between a sniper and a playmaker. Of course, he takes a lot of shots here, but he was probably, I would guess, on the second line in these years, where he takes close to 300 shots. Only had 188 there, when he's only getting 1439 of ice time, which I would, again, assume is either third line or fourth line plus power play, penalty kill, stuff like that. And he's decent on faceoffs. He is great physically. The takeaway to giveaway ratio last year wasn't optimal. However, the thing that gives me hope about Jost is the ratios from years past. 56 to 35 here, 66 to 37 there, Got quite a few blocks in the past couple of years as well, so he looks like he'll be a solid fourth-line center. Now, the thing that obviously concerns me about Jost is his salary, 4.5, but there's really no other players that I want back from New Jersey that we would be able to realistically get. Obviously, I would love Nico Hischier, but, you know, he's making 15 mil, and yeah, there's just no room for Hischier on our team or anyone like him. So, we're going to be going after Tyson Jost, and of course, what we normally do in this situation. Retain 50% of his salary. Because, once again, there's not really much else that I want from New Jersey, so this is the best thing I could come up with in terms of getting value back. And also, obviously, we're going to be getting a couple of draft picks back. We're going to be getting Anaheim's 4th, and New Jersey's 1st and 2nd for next... Well, actually, that's Carolina's 2nd for next year, but New Jersey's 1st and Anaheim's 4th for this year, because there is a lot of depth in this draft, as we saw. We saw a few medium elites that are going in the 3rd and 4th round, so I want to pick up another 4th. So Demko for Jost, a 4th, 1st, and a 2nd. That's it. And they don't want Demko, but I guarantee you they'll love him when he is getting them 55-win seasons. Proposed trade? Trade accepted. We believe this transaction will contribute to our success here in New Jersey, so we are accepting your trade offer. So it went slightly in their favor, obviously, but I still like the trade because, once again, there was really nothing else from New Jersey that I wanted that would realistically fit into our team. And the Devils were the only team who I could see myself trading Demko to, because every other team that wanted Demko was in the West, and I'm not trading Demko to the West. No way. So Dumba goes 1st overall to the Montreal Canadiens, 83 overall. That is a steal for them. And it looks like he's joining the Jack Hughes Montreal Canadiens as well. So Montreal getting those dynamic centers all of a sudden. So Montreal fans will love that. And we are going to sim up to our first pick of the draft, which will be the 28th pick. So there's a low elite here in Matt Ho, offensive defenseman. And, he looks like he's almost NHL ready there. A minus, B minus. Only weakness is teammate utilization. Other than that, he's got a heavy slap shot, great puck mover, shutdown ability. Now, we don't necessarily need another offensive defenseman, but I like to keep my options open. So, Matt Ho could definitely be a good option. Now, as we sort by potential, there's still obviously these medium elite guys, but they're not going until much later, so we'll obviously look elsewhere for right now. And then there's Jonathan Fox, who also looks close to NHL ready, but not as ready as Matt Ho is. Guillermo Wood, he's getting there as well, but Ho is definitely the best option so far. Jack Ben would rather take Ho. Elliot James, a defensive defenseman, once again, would rather take Ho. Blomqvist, yeah, I think it's pretty obvious who of the low elites we're taking there. Could also take a gem in Brendan Kessel, but he's not quite NHL ready. Afanasenkov, same thing, not quite NHL ready. Ivany, we'll just look through all these guys here. Antropov, Dwyer, Domi, Reich. I'm not even sure if these guys aren't even exact top sixes. So I think I know who we're taking here, and that will be Mr. Matt Ho. Welcome to the Wolfsburg Wolves. So 74 overall. We could be looking at another Tim Bohinski sort of situation here. It's a right-handed shot too. 6'2". So we'll see how he simulates in the AHL next year. Sim to user pick. And picking in round 2. Now, do we have a 3rd round pick is the question. When are we picking next? So do I want to take one of those medium elites now? Because our 3rd round pick is pick 92. So yeah, we would probably lose out on Conacher if we were to wait. Yeah, I think we're going to take Landon Conacher here. Yeah, I like Conacher a lot. He's a sniper, and we do need a two-way forward, so Davidson might not be a bad idea either. I'm really hoping to get at least Conacher and Davidson, if not all three of these guys. So we'll take Conacher first, and then we'll see where we're picking next. I think, yeah, we'll take Davidson with the third round pick. So I'm definitely taking Conacher here with our second round pick. Welcome to the Wolfsburg Wolves, 62 overall center sniper. And going to our third round pick, we will now take Davidson. Presume he's still there, and I hope he is. Yes, he is. Welcome to the Wolfsburg Wolves, Stefan Davidson. He is a 52 overall, so he's going to take quite a bit, unless he has a fast growth year in the AHL there, or wherever else he's playing. I don't know if it's going to be in the AHL, but wherever it is. Maybe if he has a quick growth year, we'll see him sooner than we think. And we'll just sort by potential here again. So Waters is still available, but he's not going until 189, so we could get him much, much later. But then again, now that none of these guys are going any earlier, yeah, James, Blomqvist, Gray, they're all going in the 200s. So what about in top sixes left? Antropov, 168. Boris Antropov, grinder. I do like my grinders. Strength, physical play, and character are his strengths. Weaknesses are skating, faceoffs, and agility, because, of course, faceoffs are a weakness for a center in this game, because, it's EA. I see so many centers in this game that have faceoffs as a weakness, and I don't understand it. I think Boris Antropov, even if you use him as a winger, he could be pretty solid. And he is the highest ranked here of the guys who are within the medium elite, low elite, and medium top six potential range. So yeah, unless there's a defenseman here, which there is not. So we will be taking Mr. Boris Antropov. Welcome to the Wolfsburg Wolves. And I'm going to just make sure that we have more picks and that I didn't trade away my late round picks, because it's been a while since I've seen our draft pick list. And yeah, we do. We still have a 4th, 5th, 6th, and a 7th, so we're all good to go. So we'll sim up to our next 4th, which is approximately 11 picks later. And you know what? With this pick, we'll just take Waters, because there's no other guy who is going earlier than Waters who we want. Every other guy that I'd even consider here is going to the 200s. So we'll take Jody Waters. Welcome to the Wolfsburg Wolves. So yet another goaltender prospect that we don't need. Sim to user pick. So once again, we are loaded with trade value for goaltenders. I mean, it's actually kind of ridiculous. I'll show you the trade block here in a second, because we have a lot of goaltenders. I mean, we could probably just give them away at this point. It's not even funny. Hood, Knight, Waters, Schmidt, Denny Papin. I mean, we have five goaltender prospects, which is ridiculous. There's definitely no doubting that we have a future in that, regardless of who grows. So here we're just going to take Blomqvist, I guess, and then we'll take Gray with our 7th rounder. Yeah, pretty straightforward draft, all in all. Solid draft as well. Got some medium elites in there. Got an almost NHL-ready defenseman in the first round. And got a bunch of low elites as usual. So, pretty solid draft if I do say so myself. And that'll be it for that. Entry draft complete. So, welcome to the Wolfsburg Wolves. Ho, Conacher, Davidson, Antropov, Waters, James, Blomqvist, and Gray. And Seth Jones has accepted the offer. So, 7.8 for the next 2 years. Pretty good for Seth Jones. And Braden Point accepted as well. Very good offer for Braden Point. 2.75 for him. For the next 2 years, of course, as well. So, steals for both of those guys. Now, let's get into the re-sign stage of guys who we have yet to sign. So, UFAs, Stahlberg, Guryanov, we're going to be releasing Guryanov. He's down to an 83, and he doesn't really fit into this team anymore as much as he did when we got him. You know, we have other players that are very similar to him now with Niederberger, Zanetti, and we just have a lot of players that are like him. So, Guryanov, not needed on this team. Stahlberg, I would like to bring back if possible, but I'm going to hold off on him for right now because he wants $3 million, and I'm going to wait to see how much money we have left after signing Calle Rodin. So Trocheck, we're just going to release straight up. JT Miller, how much does he want? 3 mil. I'll give him 1 year for 2.8 because he is a good veteran presence for this team. If you leave him on the fourth line, no penalty kill, no power play, just fourth line. He's a solid fourth liner. And yeah, we may as well sign our prospects here. Tatacek, Ariel DeMarchi, the grinder, or the enforcer, rather. He's, yeah. Even his fighting seal is only at 78, so he's got a while to go before becoming a true enforcer. Sebastian Grief, he's German. By principle, we have to sign him. Matthias Albrecht, he is also German, so we have to sign him, but not just for the sake of depth. He's actually going to be a regular on the roster this year, or at least that's what I intend to do with Matthias Albrecht. I want to play him on the third line, and we're going to see how he works out there because he's got that 90 offensive awareness, really good puck skills, so I have a good feeling about Matthias Albrecht as a third line scorer. Now, Staples and Kondratek, these guys were interesting, especially Staples, because Staples wanted 5.7 before. Now he's only asking, okay, so he's only asking for 3 years now, 4.3. That's better, but it's still quite a bit for Carl Staples, especially considering we have Provorov, we have Lindholm, we have Kuleshov on the left side. Now here's the thing, is that Staples is only 23, whereas someone like Lindholm, 34, I believe. So if we're looking to stay young, then maybe offering Staples wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But that being said, I'm not going to offer them now. Because once again, I do want to see how much cap we have left. So Peyton Knight, yeah, we got to sign him. Good prospect, goaltender prospect. I mean, once again, we have plenty of them, but we may as well sign him. He is our longest tenured goaltender prospect. Kalle Rodin, how much does he want? Oh, goodness. All right, so, yep, there you go. 11 mil. For 8 years. So he's worth every penny. He is absolutely worth every penny. 11 million. Well, actually, we'll see if we can bring him down to 10.75 for 8 years. That'll take him till he's 32. Matt Villalta, does he want a two-way deal? No, he does not. We will release Matt Villalta. We'll sign Denis Papin. And there's still Stahlberg, Staples, and Kondratek left to be signed. Everybody else has been offered. So we'll see how much money we have left. I believe we are currently at 33 million. Actually, let's just go back into here one more time. 32.8, so effectively 33 million. Let's see how much is left after everyone signs here. So I'm expecting everyone to sign. Miller accepts. Knight accepts. DeMarchi, Tatacek, Denis Papin, Rodin accepts. There it is. Grief, Albrecht. Okay. So I'm expecting about 20 mil to still be left. Yeah, 20.8. Okay, I think as far as Stahlberg goes, we'll be able to sign him. And I think he'll honestly ask for more in free agency, so we may as well just try to sign him here. I'm only going to give him 2 years, though. We'll give him 3.5 for 2 years. See how he likes that. And Staples and Kondratek. I'll give Kondratek... I don't want to give these guys too much of a long-term deal because they're not exactly stable. Neither of them are stable NHL players because Kondratek only played 10 games last year, being the 7th defenseman, and then Staples the year before only played 10 games. So I really don't want to go long-term with either of them. Kondratek, I have a feeling this is probably his last year as an RFA. So I'll give Kondratek 2 years at... I'm going to see if I could go 3.25 for him. We definitely have the money to do this. It's just a matter of actually getting them on board for the amount of money and term that we want. So Staples wants 3 years, 4.3. What did he do last year? 9 points in 82 games. 30 hits. How many years has he played professionally so far? That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like this might be his last RFA deal as well. I can't go any more than 2 years for Carl Staples either. He just doesn't really simulate like a top 4. He is at best a top 6. So we're just going to give him, we're going to give him 2 years at 3.5. So there you go, Carl Staples. Accepted, rejected from Stahlberg. All right, so we gave him 3.5, right? It might honestly just be cheaper to release him and then sign him in free agency. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. We'll release Stahlberg to free agency and we'll go back after him. Because he is a pretty important part of this team. Good fourth line grinder. Love my grinders. He scored some pretty clutch goals for us in the playoffs. So at this point, I believe that is all. No more UFAs. And no more RFAs either. So we will get to July 1st. See who's in free agency. I mean, I'm not expecting to do too much in free agency this year, honestly. Alright, so July 1st. Let's see who is in free agency here. So there's Chubarov, the left winger. 91 overall, 26 years of age. He'd be nice to have for sure. But, actually, he is kind of a playmaker. If we had the money, I would definitely go after him, but we're not going to have the money unless we unload someone. Then there's Werenski, 30 years of age for 8.8. If we're looking for another left-handed defenseman, that's not a bad option, but we're not looking for another left-handed defenseman. We have Kuleshov, we have Lindholm, we have Provorov. Hautanen, right-handed defenseman. He gets a lot of hits. He's basically the same as Bedrick Kundertak, it looks like. So here we're going to sign Frederick Stahlberg back, and he wants 3.2. We'll give him 3.5, because I wouldn't imagine anyone's going to be going after him, but that's what we were giving him in the first place. Can I give him... Yeah, I'll give him 2 years for 3.5. See what he thinks about that. And that's honestly all I'm doing for right now. I'm going to wait for your guys' input. I think I'll stop it here on July 1st. Obviously, you know, this isn't the main GM mode anymore, but we're still trying to win the Stanley Cup here. So, let me know on if we should sign any new free agents. And if so, what kind of free agent? And should we go after that Chubarov guy? But if we do go after that Chubarov guy, we're going to have to make a trade. So if we do, what trade should we make? So a lot of options here, for sure. And before we end it off, we'll check the awards. So the Stanley Cup goes to the Buffalo Sabres for the second year in a row. And the President's Trophy goes to the New York Islanders. And it was Nashville versus Buffalo in the final. So someone else other than San Jose. So at least, you know what? The Nashville Predators, who eliminated us, got to the Stanley Cup final, but they still could not beat the Buffalo Sabres. Man, Buffalo looks just incredible in this GM mode. So the Art Ross goes to Tucker of the Blues. Hart goes to Sagan. Norris goes to Brandstrom. Lady Byng goes to Sagan. Calder goes to Chung of the Avalanche. Conn Smythe goes to Luukkonen, because of course it does. Vesna goes to Sterling of the Coyotes. And the Jennings, there it is. The Jennings Trophy has been shared by Kalle Rodin and Thatcher Demko. There you go. Bill Masterton Trophy goes to Turan of the Lightning. The Selke goes to Jack Hughes, because of course it does. And he probably won the Maurice Richard as well, let's be honest. Ted Lindsay Award goes to Tyler Seguin. And Jack Hughes, no, Patrick Laine. So for the first time in how many years, we have a new Maurice Richard Trophy winner in Patrick Laine, and not Jack Hughes for, you know, the 7th or 8th year in a row, however many years it's been at this point. I lost track because the game only counts up to 5 years, and I know it's been more than 5 years. So, there we go. There's the awards. Let's quickly check out the playoff tree, and we'll end it on the playoff tree. So, Buffalo beat Nashville in 7. Good Stanley Cup final matchup right there. Nashville beat the Coyotes in 7. The Sabres beat the Islanders in 5. So a lot of good matchups there. Let me know on what we should do going into next season. And obviously, everything's just for fun at this point. But we're still trying to win the Stanley Cup. So let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one.